What if I told you that some of the most expensive luxury SUVs in America are actually the biggest money pits the moment the warranty ends? And at the same time, there are a few quiet overachievers that keep running smoothly past 100,000 miles while everyone else is stuck at the dealer. In 2026, buying the wrong luxury SUV can cost you thousands every single year. Buying the right one can save you a fortune. If you're even thinking about a luxury SUV right now, you need to hear this before you sign anything. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm the guy who spends way too much time driving, researching, and living with these vehicles so you don't have to. Today, we're talking about something nobody at the dealership wants to admit. These are 10 luxury SUVs you can still trust after the warranty expires in 2026. Not the flashiest, not the trendiest, but the ones that actually hold together in the real world here in the United States. By the end of this video, you'll know which luxury SUVs are worth your money long term, which ones are risky, and which trims actually make sense to buy. Luxury SUVs matter more than ever in America right now. Gas prices are unpredictable, EVs are growing, but not everyone is ready, families are keeping cars longer, and repair costs are through the roof. A luxury badge doesn't mean reliability anymore. In fact, sometimes it means the opposite. Americans want comfort, safety, technology, and status, but they also want a vehicle that won't self-destruct once the warranty clock runs out. Long commutes, brutal summers, cold winters, bad roads, towing boats, hauling kids, and sitting in traffic every day expose weaknesses fast. These 10 SUVs have proven they can handle American life without bankrupting their owners. Let's start with the Lexus RX. This SUV is almost boring, and that's exactly why it's so good. In the US, the RX starts around the mid-$40,000 range and climbs quickly with options, but even used or out of warranty, it's one of the safest luxury bets you can make. The RX isn't trying to be sporty or edgy. It focuses on smooth power, comfortable rides, and systems that don't freak out after a few years. The hybrid versions in particular are absolute tanks when it comes to long-term reliability. Owners routinely see 150,000 to 200,000 miles with minimal drama. The downside is that driving enthusiasts will find it dull, and the infotainment system still isn't class-leading. But if your goal is stress-free luxury ownership, the RX quietly destroys most competitors. Next up is the Lexus GX, and this one is special. In a world of soft crossovers, the GX is old school in the best way. Body-on-frame construction, a naturally aspirated V8 in older models, and real off-road capability. In the US, this SUV has a cult following for a reason. It can tow, it can handle snow, and it can survive abuse. Even after the warranty expires, the GX just keeps going. The ride is not as smooth as newer unibody SUVs, and fuel economy is honestly bad, but long-term dependability is exceptional. If you live in a rough weather state or want something that feels indestructible, the GX earns its place on this list. Now let's talk about the Acura MDX. This is one of the most balanced luxury SUVs for American buyers. Pricing is competitive, maintenance costs are reasonable, and reliability is far better than most European rivals. The MDX gives you 3 rows, good safety tech, and a drivetrain that doesn't constantly set off warning lights. On the road, it feels more engaging than a Lexus RX without becoming uncomfortable. The downside is that Acura's infotainment can be frustrating, and some trims feel less luxurious than the price suggests. Still, when warranties end, MDX owners aren't panicking, and that matters. The Toyota Land Cruiser, yes, it's back in a new form, and it still deserves trust. Even in its more modern, slightly downsized version, the Land Cruiser name carries serious weight in the US. This is a luxury SUV designed to last in places where failure isn't an option. After the warranty expires, the Land Cruiser remains one of the most dependable vehicles you can own. Maintenance isn't cheap, and it's not as plush as a Range Rover, but resale value is incredible, and reliability is almost unmatched. If long-term ownership is your priority, few SUVs do it better. The Lexus LX sits higher on the price ladder, but it's worth mentioning. This is essentially a Land Cruiser in a luxury suit. In America, it's expensive, thirsty, and massive, but it's also absurdly durable. These SUVs are known to run forever if maintained properly. The tech may feel dated compared to German competitors, but that simplicity is part of why it lasts. If you want luxury that doesn't collapse under its own complexity, the LX delivers. Now let's shift gears to something more modern. The Genesis GV80 surprised a lot of people, and yes, it earns a spot here with some caveats. Genesis has made huge strides in reliability, and early data in the US shows the GV80 aging better than expected. The interior is stunning, ride quality is excellent, and ownership costs are lower than German rivals. However, long-term trust depends heavily on maintenance and dealer support. It's not Lexus-level bulletproof yet, but for buyers who want luxury without constant headaches, it's a strong option. The Porsche Cayenne might shock some of you, but hear me out. When properly maintained, the Cayenne is one of the more reliable performance luxury SUVs. Porsche engineering is on another level, and in the US, owners who follow service schedules tend to have fewer catastrophic failures than with other brands. The driving experience is unmatched in this segment. The catch is cost. Repairs are expensive, and skipping maintenance will punish you. If you're disciplined and value driving feel, the Cayenne can be a long-term win. The BMW X5 has improved dramatically in recent years. Older BMWs earned a bad reputation, but newer X5s sold in the US are far more reliable than many expect. The B58 engine in particular has proven itself. The X5 delivers strong performance, modern tech, and a premium feel. Long-term ownership is better than before, but electronics can still be a weak point. It's not the safest choice, but it's no longer the risky one it used to be. The Volvo XC90 deserves recognition for safety and understated luxury. In America, families love it, and for good reason. The seats are excellent, the design ages well, and safety tech is among the best. Reliability is decent, especially in non-hybrid trims, but long-term ownership requires attention. The infotainment system can be buggy and repairs aren't cheap. Still, for buyers who prioritize safety and comfort over performance, it's a solid long-term choice. Finally, the Lexus NX rounds out this list. Smaller, more efficient, and easier to live with, the NX is perfect for commuters and small families. Hybrid versions shine here, offering excellent fuel economy and minimal long-term issues. It's not exciting and cargo space is limited compared to larger SUVs, but reliability is excellent. After the warranty expires, the NX just does its job. Now let's talk about what all these SUVs have in common. They prioritize proven powertrains, conservative engineering, and real-world durability. They may not always have the flashiest tech or the most dramatic styling, but they age better. Exterior design on these vehicles tends to be timeless rather than trendy. Interiors focus on comfort and usability instead of gimmicks. Screens work, buttons still exist, and systems don't overwhelm the driver. Driving experience varies, but most of these SUVs aim for balance. Smooth rides on American highways, stable handling, and power that's usable every day. None of them feel fragile. Fuel economy ranges from acceptable to excellent in hybrid models. Compared to rivals, they often deliver better real-world efficiency than EPA numbers suggest. Safety systems are another strong point. These SUVs come loaded with driver assistance features that actually work reliably over time. Fewer false alerts, fewer system failures, and less frustration after years of ownership. Of course, no car is perfect. These vehicles can feel conservative, some lack excitement, others cost more upfront. German models demand disciplined maintenance. Volvo and Genesis depend heavily on dealer quality, and none of them are cheap to fix if something does go wrong. Luxury ownership is never inexpensive, but compared to their peers, these SUVs offer peace of mind. When you compare them to competitors like the Range Rover Sport, Audi Q7, or Mercedes GLE, the difference becomes clear. Those vehicles offer incredible features and driving experiences, but long-term reliability is more of a gamble. For most Americans, keeping a car beyond 5 years, it isn't. Ownership experience matters. Maintenance costs for Lexus and Acura are lower, resale values stay strong, insurance is reasonable. These SUVs fit American life. Whether you're commuting, road tripping, or raising a family, they don't demand constant attention. So who should buy these SUVs in America in 2026? For most buyers, the answer is yes. Choose the right trim, maintain it properly, and these vehicles can reward you for years. My advice is simple. Buy proven powertrains, avoid unnecessary options, and think long-term, not just about how it feels on the test drive. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these luxury SUVs would you trust with your own money? Have you owned one of them past the warranty? Drop your experiences in the comments, hit that like button if this helped you out, and subscribe for more honest car advice. I'll see you in the next one.